speaking for 50 Best, which is the list that I'm more familiar with, it's a snapshot of that year, of that moment in time. And sometimes you're up and sometimes people are talking about you and you're just, you're having a moment. And I think sometimes those lists are about the restaurants or the chefs that are having a moment at that time. And 50 is a very small number if you think about the amount of restaurants that exist in the world. It has nothing to do with whether you're good or not, or whether, your food deserves it or not. As journalists who cover gastronomy at this level, it's very rare for us to have a bad meal. At this level, there are very few bad restaurants. At the same time, when I'm saying good or bad, it's 100% subjective. So, for me, it could be a 3 Michelin starred restaurant. For you, it could be a 1-star, or you don't like it at all, and we're both right. The danger is that we're operating in an extremely subjective market or sector or subject matter. And so I think what I would say to chefs is, as long as you believe in what you're doing, as long as you like what you're doing, as long as you can do what you're doing every single day and still be in love with it, then you have to operate outside of those rankings and ratings, because if you chase them, you'll spend your whole life chasing them and you won't find the satisfaction in yourself. You have to do something that satisfies you, and then hopefully things will come. But if they don't, you have to be happy, right? So I've been to many, many restaurants that are not on 50 Best, that are not Michelin starred, that are not on any list, and I've had the best experience and the best time. And then I've been to, very highly ranked restaurants and gone, but that's just the nature of the beast. I would say you have to be happy with what you do first. And then if the accolades come, amazing. If they don't, you're happy anyway. I think every restaurant is, within reason, obviously, free to do what they think is right or necessary in terms of their operations. I think sometimes you can see if it comes from a place of, okay, I would actually like for you to come and try this restaurant. We're doing something really interesting. It's worth telling a story. So as I'm a journalist first, before I was an academy chair. So I will go to restaurants where I do think it's interesting, where there is a story to tell. They are doing something new and different and exciting. You can tell when it's a restaurant just inviting you because they think they might get something out of it. And I think you also, as a professional, it's not just the restaurants, you also as a professional have to say, actually, I don't have to accept every invitation that's sent out. You also have to use your discernment. And you also have to say, is this a story that I can actually cover, or is it just someone maybe trying to play the game, as they say? I think obviously that exists. I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist, but I think there's responsibility on both sides to operate with morality and integrity. And I think just as we expect restaurants to have that kind of sense of morality, I think the people who are invited or who go to these restaurants and happen to be voters or happen to be in those circles also have a responsibility to act with morality. I think you also have to use your instinct and see, okay, are they inviting me because they genuinely want me to come and try the restaurant and they want my feedback, they want to know what I think of it as a as someone who's been covering restaurants for nearly 20 years? Or are they after something else, you know? But even then, I'm not obliged to do anything, you know? There's no obligation, and there can't be an expectation for, you know, just because you invite a journalist to a restaurant, there's no guarantee that you're, you know, magically going to appear on a list somewhere.